Hey everybody, my name is Rob Lohman, and I'm sending this video because over the last couple of years I've gotten involved in criminal justice reform and also with prison fellowship. And one of the things I'm going to be talking down at the state capitol today about to the criminal justice reform committees is the statute that deals with interest rate on restitution that people owe. Restitution is the financial piece to people's crimes when they commit a crime to make sure that the victims involved in those cases get brought back to whole. And when crimes are committed, there is the duty of the offender to actually come forth and make things right. That's only fair and that's right. One of the things that most people, I'd probably say almost everybody in the state of Colorado, did not know until last year or 2015 was that the state of Colorado is now charging a 12% interest rate on all restitution owed. Some people might say, well, good, that's fair. You messed up. The person should pay their thing and penalties. But what the impact of that is so huge. And people that owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in restitution have 12% interest rate on that a year, so 1% a month. So imagine having $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 added on to your balance every single month. When the reality is people, when they get out of the system, out of prison, they're trying to rebuild their life and get back on track. For the most part, I mean, there's a majority out there that could care less, but for the ones that want to move forward and do good things in their life, the restitution payback is large enough. But when you add 12% interest rate on that, that is huge. And in my situation, I owe 187 grand is my restitution. So every single month, I'm having $1,800 added on to the balance of the restitution that I've agreed to pay off, and I will pay that balance off. What I did not know was that there was this large interest rate attached to it, and a lot of that is, I don't know. I wish I would have known in the beginning, but when you think about adding on almost $20,000 to my restitution a year, that's a big chunk, especially when I'm getting back on my feet. I've got a great business going now, and it's got a lot of good traction, and we're moving and doing all right. But for people that have trouble getting a job because they have a felony or have that obstacle in front of them, when they're out making $10 to $15 a month and say they owe 20 to 25 grand, well, for, let's say, people that were dealing drugs before, a lot of people, what I hear out in the field and in a place I used to work in the restaurant industry, some guys were just kind of like, screw it. I'm not paying my restitution. I'd rather just go back to jail or go back to prison and finish my time there. But the reality is, when they're locked up, no one's getting paid restitution. All the restitution is doing is accruing interest over and over and over and over and over again. And it's costing the state about $32,000 a year to house somebody in a prison. So it's this just interesting piece going on right now in the criminal justice. I'm hoping that reform happens because, if the interest rate just completely went away, I know they did reduce it from 12% to 8%, but, the interest rate is put in place, so they say, to help incentivize people to pay it off earlier. As your balance goes down, you pay less interest. Makes sense. But for people that are really trying to do good in their life and really trying to get ahead, when you look at adding on 10, 15, 18, 20, 30 grand a year to your balance, it's kind of defeating. In the reality, you'll be paying restitution until you die. So I don't know, just pray for today, pray for reform, pray for, Congress and the state to open their eyes to kind of look at this more realistically. I know one guy that, again, no one's whining here. I'm just bringing awareness to this. But, a guy that owed something like $1.2 million for his restitution, he'll never obviously pay that off. But I also know guys that owe 5, 6, 7 grand and have enough hard time paying that off, much less having the interest rate on there. So I don't know. I'm just trying to bring awareness. I don't know if anyone is actually aware of that at all. But that's a cool thing I get to be a part of today. I was asked to come down and speak, and I'm excited for that opportunity. I know this video could drag on a little bit, but I don't know what's going on in your states. I don't know if your state actually has restitution. If you do, or you know what's going on in regards to that, send me a message. I'm starting another Facebook group about interest rate reform on restitution. So I'm just trying to bring awareness to this again. No one's whining, crying about this. Awareness is key. And when you look at, again, adding 20 grand a year onto your balance, I mean, it is defeating in a way. The good thing is, I know that whatever's on paper won't be the end result. I just know that things can change. So I'll keep paying my restitution every month when I can afford, move forward in that regards. And again, just bringing awareness to it. So God bless you all. Thanks for listening today. If you're in this situation, please message me. As again, we're bringing awareness to the situation right now, and that's the key thing to change, is bringing awareness and moving forward. So we'll talk to you later. Rob Lohman, thanks. Bye.